Hello friends, and welcome to another FriYay Pick a Card bundle. I hope you are well. I hope you have arrived at Friday with your senses intact and that you are free from coronavirus and all its stuff that it's doing to each one of us. I know we are all negatively impacted, but I hope you are well. I hope you are finding a way of getting through and just, we have to adapt, don't we? So I hope you are adapting and I hope you are finding a way through all the chaos. I hope you like my new background. I have a new shelf up in my office, which I'm so pleased about. So all my tarot boxes, so those are all generally the empty boxes, and what we have over here are the cards inside the bags that I make. I like to have easy access to my cards, so that's why they're all in the bags there. But now all the empty boxes, some of them do have cards in, but most of those are empty boxes for my cards that are here. So welcome, and at least that's not just a plain purple wall behind me. Now at least you've got some kind of pretty behind me, something to look at. Anyway, have to just show off my room. I'm so proud of it and so happy for the way that it's turned out. It looks absolutely stunning. Okay, we're doing pick a card. So today's pick a card, I have chosen two decks to use today, which I think are going to give us really awesome messages. So I've gone with the Crystal Visions Tarot, and I picked that particular deck because it's pretty. This is the back of the cards. Look how pretty it is. And the images on the cards I also find incredibly pretty. And I just love the stories and the messages that they give. So I've chosen the Crystal Visions Tarot for today. And then I've also chosen, I never remember what these decks are called, the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. And again, I chose them because I find them pretty. So they are quite large, but the back of the cards, I just love that green color and I love the owl. And the cards themselves are also just absolutely exquisite. So that's why I have chosen these two decks today. Not for any other reason except that I find them pretty. So those are the decks that we're going to be working with today. So on screen, you are now going to have the image of the bundles that's available for you. You may now take a deep breath and really just look at the bundles that are on screen at the moment and ask yourself which of the bundles seems to be pulling you in, which of the bundles seems to draw you near, and let that be the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. The message of hope, the message of guidance, the message of inspiration, and the message of love. And once you know which is your bundle, once you know which is the one that you're going to go for, if you are on my blog, if you're watching on my blog, you may pause this video, and below this will be the individual sections of the video that you can jump straight to. If you are on YouTube, open up the description box below where there's all the comments, all the writing, and you will see the timestamps that you can just click into for bundle 1, bundle 2, or bundle 3. And I shall see you there. I'm so looking forward to it. Right, hello again. So you chose bundle 1 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. I hope it is that. I hope it does give you exactly what you are looking for. So today I'm going to go with the Oracle deck first. And I am using the Angels, the Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. Such an awesome deck. I have shuffled the cards beforehand. I have reset them and put the intentions in. But we're going to start with the Oracle deck because I like to get a theme. What is the theme of your message? What is the theme of whatever it is that you're going to get today? And that's what we're getting from the Oracle card. So I'm shuffling. And let's draw one and see what we get. So you've got the Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. Can you see that? Stay rooted and grounded. So that is, I think, an incredibly appropriate message for today. With us all being in quarantine, isolation, stay at home, lockdown, whatever the word is that you want to use, the truth of the matter is we're all feeling a little bit restricted. We're all feeling a little bit confined. We're all feeling a little bit trapped and a little bit like we are going crazy. And the truth is we probably are going a little bit crazy. And it is so important that we do stay rooted and grounded in our reality, in today, in the here and the now. You know, again, we're facing times that we've never experienced before. Never in our earth time have we experienced this, okay? And it's a global thing. It's not just us here in little old South Africa. It's affecting everybody. So nobody knows how to handle it. Nobody knows how to treat this. Nobody knows what to do. What is the right thing to do? What is the wrong thing to do? We're all just making it up as we go. But again, I'm going to repeat, it is so important that we stay rooted and grounded and connected to Mother Earth, because this is Mother Earth doing the cleanse that she needs to do so that we adjust our thinking, adjust our actions, adjust our behaviors. And that is the most important thing. So I'm going to leave that card in front of me here so that I can see it. And I'm now going to take the tarot card and let's get an extension on that message. So the tarot cards today is the Crystal Visions Tarot, which is one that I find the imagery really pretty, really gorgeous, and I find it's loving, it's kind, but it's also packs a punch. So it's going to think about your feelings, it's going to be considerate, it's going to be gentle and nurturing, but if it needs to pack a punch, it's certainly going to do that. And I am throwing the cards all over the place. I'm sometimes so glad that you can't see what happens down here, because I just make a mess. Right. Shuffled enough. Let's get an extension. So we're going to take that one. I'm going to take that one. And I want one more. There. So I've taken 3 cards. And we're going to look at them individually, and then we will look at them together. So the first card we have is the 3 of Cups. So 3 of Cups traditionally is the card of celebration and the card of joy, but it's also the card of celebrating and having this joyful moment with our significant others, with our friends, with our families, with our colleagues, with whoever it is that we enjoy spending time with. Okay, so it generally talks about getting together with those people and celebrating and having a good time. We can't do that, or can we? We can. We just have to do it in a different way. So we cannot all go to the same place. We cannot all go to the same park. We can't go to the same restaurant. We can't go to the same venue. But we can still get together. And I think that's one thing that we're all learning at the moment. I think the stage we are at now with our isolation, with our lockdown, is realizing that even though we are separate, there are so many ways of connecting. I know the online conferencing app Zoom has just been like completely inundated. It's crazy. Everybody is getting creative, and that is exactly how do we stay rooted and grounded? By connecting with our significant people, to continue connecting with our significant people. Right. The next one we have, let me have a look at it. Aha! Look at him. King of Swords. Isn't he gorgeous? So the card is quite powerful. We've got these crows, we've got these birds, we've got him sitting literally at the top of the mountain. But the thing that I want to really make you look at is look at this light emanating above him and see how it's shining down on him like that. See how he is glowing in a way. He's got his sword, and it's a really strong sword. It's powerful. He's powerful. He doesn't look worried. He doesn't look concerned. Swords, the suit in particular, deals with our thoughts, with the stuff that happens here in our heads, and he's the king. So he is in control. He's comfortable with who he is. He's comfortable with where he is. He's comfortable with what he is. So he doesn't need any external validation. He doesn't need anybody to tell him who he is or how fabulous he is. He knows all of that, okay? So we need to be a little bit more confident in ourselves. We need to be a little bit stronger in our perceptions of ourselves and not always rely on external validation. So that's what his message is. And then our third one, again, just look at the gorgeousness. So that's the Hermit. The Hermit's message is about not needing anybody, about going it alone, about realizing that all the answers you seek are within you. And again, I'm going to say that, the human race, all of us, we have spent a lot of time looking for validation, looking for answers, looking for solutions, looking for everything that we do is about our external environment. We have all neglected our internal environment. Yes, I know there's those of us who meditate. There are those of us that do yoga, that work on our inner selves, that work on our soul development, that work on being better people all the time. But even if you have to be completely honest with yourself, we are always more focused on our external than we are on our internal. And this time that we have now, this time that we have with lockdown and all the other stuff that's going on, it's forcing us to be a little bit more introspective as opposed to looking without. So the theme of your reading was the Earth Guardian, telling you to stay rooted and to stay grounded in all that you do. These 3 tarot cards are saying to you that connecting with others is still important, still significant, and still necessary. That's this card over here, telling you that that is still the most important thing that you need to be focused on. But it's about finding creative ways. And that's what the King of Swords is saying to you here. Find creative ways of achieving that. Find interesting new ways of achieving all those things, but be confident in who you are. Don't ever question yourself. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever think that you are the failure here, because you're not. You're absolutely not. And the Hermit is telling you that you actually don't need anybody else. You can do this on your own. You can achieve everything that you need to achieve. Don't wait for somebody to put their hand up and to make you an offer. Don't wait for people to bring solutions to you. You be the one that gets the solutions. You be the creator. You be the one that creates the solutions and changes your life. The answers that you are seeking are within your heart and soul. They're not external. But in all that you do, in everything that you do, stay grounded. Stay rooted, stay grounded, connect to Mother Earth as often as you can. Do whatever you can to connect and to stay connected. I think that's an incredibly strong and an incredibly powerful message for every single one of you. I do hope that there was something in there that makes sense to you. I do hope that there was something in there that just, answers your questions and answers and just guides you in your current situation. With love and blessings from me to you. Until we do this again next week, you take care. And welcome to those of you who chose Bundle 2 that has the message that you need to hear today. I hope you get exactly what you need. I hope it's a message of love, message of guidance, a message of hope, and a message of inspiration. And I hope it is, like I said, exactly what you need. So today we're going to start with the Oracle deck. And the Oracle deck that I'm using today is the Angels and Ancestors deck by Carl Gray. And we're going to take one card from here, which is going to give us the theme of the message. So the overall theme of the message that you need today. So I have shuffled the cards. I have already set the intention. I have already cleared them and done all that necessary stuff. So now all we need to do is to pick a card. So let's do just that. So we have got mountains, and it says, stand your ground. Mountains are, I think, quite appropriate card for now. Mountains generally represent challenges, obstacles, the things that we have to achieve, the huge big responsibility that sits in front of us. And often mountains represent our biggest fears as well. But it's all of those things that lay out in front of us that we are afraid to tackle. We're unsure of how to tackle. We're unsure of what to do. Do we go over? Do we go around? Do we go under? Do we go through? Or do we turn around and run in the opposite direction? That's what mountains is. Mountains is it's everything that we are nervous of, everything that we are apprehensive about, and everything that we're a little bit uncertain on how to tackle it. Those are our mountains. So sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's spiritual. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's family. Your mountains could be, you could be having quite a few different mountains in front of you. They may appear huge, they may appear small, but you know what? They're there. And right now, with everything that we're facing in the world, everything that we're facing in our own country, we are all facing huge, huge mountains. So that's going to be our theme. So I'm going to leave that card on display here in front of me so that I can see it. We're now going to use the Crystal Visions Tarot to get the detail of our mountains and staying grounded and how do we overcome and how do we process And how do we deal, and how do we? Okay, so I've shuffled. Let's draw some cards. So from the tarot, I want to take 3. I want that one first. I want that one. And then I don't want that one, I want the next one. Okay. So, first card we have is the Empress. How gorgeous she is. These cards are really pretty. I love the imagery, and I think the messages and the images are really so strong. So the Empress, if you look at her, if you look at the card quite closely, you can see that she's got a pregnant belly. So she is carrying life. She is about to give birth to life. So she is the mother of creation. She is the mother. She is the nurturer. She's the one that creates and ignites and starts off. And she is the one that allows the child, once it's born, to be itself, but she just controls it and protects it and guides it to allow it to become all that it can be. So the mountain that you're facing at the moment, I'm supposed to do this afterwards, but we're changing it up. The mountain that you're facing, the challenge and the obstacles that you're facing, you're about to give birth to a whole new reality. We are about to give birth to a whole new reality. Everything's going to be different. Those of you who are parents, whether you are the mother or the father, you know what life was like before children, what life was like during pregnancy, and what life was like after. Nothing stays the same. Your address may stay the same. Your bank account number may stay the same, but everything else changes, doesn't it? Okay. Then, the next one we have Temperance. Just make sure that you can see it clearly. Temperance is such a beautiful card because there she's sitting on a rock. She's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot in the water, and 1 foot on solid ground. She's also got a silver cup and a gold cup in her hands, and she's busy pouring water from the silver cup into the gold cup, which immediately becomes flame. So the flame and the water are two opposites. Gold and silver are two opposites. Solid ground versus water, total opposites. And her message, her focus, her everything that she is all about keeping balance in your life. Look at the opposites in your life and make sure that you have balance. So these mountains that you are facing, these obstacles, these challenges, these hurdles that you are facing, however you deal with it, whatever it is that you do, you've got to make sure that you're looking at the opposite side of your life as well. You know, one of the things that's been so clear to me in the last 3 weeks, in all my sessions, in all the readings that I've done, those of you who have now taken your work home and who've set up a little home office and who are working from home, you're working harder now than you have ever worked before. You know, when you're in an office environment, when you're at work, you work hard, absolutely. But there's moments of chatting to your neighbors. There's moments of going to the kitchen, going out for lunch, you know, popping out here, popping out there, doing this, sitting in a meeting, waiting, prepping, whatever else. But now when you're at home, you're actually working head down, work for many more hours a day than you usually do. I've had so many people say that, you know, come 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they are exhausted. I even had a couple of people saying to me that they forget to stop working. So we're working a lot more hours. We're all desperate. We're all chasing that mountain. We're all trying to climb that mountain. We're all trying to achieve the impossible. So we're putting in so much more effort than we have ever done before. So temperance is reminding us to keep some balance. Temperance is reminding us that we have to yin and yang. They don't operate separately, they are together. So wherever you're putting more energy, make sure you're replenishing from the back. Okay, so that's the message of temperance. And our last card that we have is the 7 of Cups. And if you look at her, she's riding on a dragon, and there are cups everywhere, okay? There's 7 of them on the card. And the 7 of Cups is telling you choices and options. It's telling you that right now, whatever it is that you are facing, whatever this mountain is that you need to overcome, whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, just know that you have choices and options. And the way you behave now, your actions now are going to dictate your future. So when it comes to choosing, when it comes to choices, when it comes to decisions, looking at the mountain. You can go over it, you can go under it, you can go around it on the left, around it on the right, you can go through it. There's so many different ways to overcome the challenge and the obstacle that sometimes we get a little bit intimidated by it, and sometimes we feel like there's too many choices. I don't want to make the wrong choice, and in that panic we don't make any decision, and that is often the wrong choice. So Seven of Cups is saying to you, you have choices available to you. Yes, there may be many of them. It may be confusing. It may be overwhelming, but you need to pick one and know that you will be guided to pick the right one. So, friends, just to tie in the message, just to close it all up, the mountains that you are facing at the moment, at the bottom, it's telling you stand your ground, okay? It's telling you stand your ground. It's telling you not to give in. Don't let the fear overwhelm you. If we look at these three cards here, the first one we had is the Empress, which tells you that you create your own reality. That's that card over there. You create your own reality. We have got Temperance over here, who's telling you to keep balance in all different areas of your life. Don't become too involved in your work. Don't become too involved in staying at home. Don't become, when I say staying at home, I mean just lying on the couch watching TV. Don't get too comfortable in any of those, because we need balance in our life. And right here, we have the Seven of Cups, which is telling you that you do have choices and options available to you. So that is an incredibly deep and powerful message. And I know that there's going to be something in there that's going to ring true for you. I know that there's going to be something in that message that's just going to make sense to you and help you and guide you on your journey. Friends, with love and blessings from me to you, until we do this again next week, take care. And welcome to those of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I hope this is going to be a good message for you. I hope it's going to give you exactly what you need and what you're looking for in your life, give you the hope, the guidance, the inspiration, and the love that you need. Today, I am using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck first to give us the theme of the message, to give us the overall theme and what is it that Spirit wants you to know right now? What is the message that they have for you? And then we will move into the tarot cards. Okay. So, what is the theme of your message today? You got the Stag. And the message at the bottom is trust and thrive. I love that. So your theme, and you know what, it makes total sense to me, because with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, with everything that's happening to us individually, fear is certainly a driving force. We're all nervous, we're all apprehensive. And I think this is telling you that you need to trust and thrive. What does thrive mean? Thrive means do well. Thrive means to achieve, to accomplish. Thrive means to exist, okay? And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to trust. You need to trust in the universe. You need to trust in yourself. You need to trust in your country. You need to trust in your circumstances. And you need to thrive. You know what, that's, you actually don't have a choice. You don't actually have a choice. You will thrive. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what gets thrown at you. Survive this. You will. So that is the theme of your message today, which I think is absolutely awesome. Stag, telling you trust and thrive. Okay, so I'm going to leave that in front of me, and I'm now going to pick up the tarot deck. And the tarot deck that I'm using today is the Crystal Visions Tarot. And I chose actually both of these decks purely because they're just so pretty. I love the imagery. I love the pictures. And I find, like, especially this tarot deck, I find it's gentle, it's nurturing, but it certainly knows how to pack a punch if it's necessary, okay? So as much as the images are stunning, as much as the images are really pretty, if it needs to pack a punch, it certainly can. And it's, I really have to say, it's one of my, I know I say this about every single deck, but it's one of my favorites. I'm just making such a mess here. Right. So let's see how the tarot is going to expand on our trust and thrive. So I'm going to take that card over there. I want one from the back here. And then I'm going to take one from the middle here. Okay. So the first card I have is the Ace of Swords. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Look at those butterflies, and you all know me and my butterflies. Look at the roses. So the Ace of Swords is about new ideas, new concepts, new thoughts, stuff that happens in our heads, and it's telling you that you are full of new ideas. And I think, we've all had to be incredibly creative at the moment. We can't continue to work and live like we always have, but we need to continue. We need to thrive. We need to continue. We need to thrive. So we've all had to get creative in our endeavors, creative in how we continue to work, what we do at home, how we operate our families, how we do things. We've all had to get incredibly creative, and we've had to come up with new ideas. So that is awesome. I like that. The second card is Temperance. Temperance came out in bundle 2's message as well, and it makes sense because Temperance, so if you look at the card, she's sitting on a rock. She's got one foot on the rock and she's got one foot dangling into the water. She's got a silver cup and a gold cup. The silver cup is pouring water. The gold cup is producing fire, and both of these together are giving off a rainbow. The message of Temperance is about balance, but it's not just about balance and standing up straight, but it's about balancing the areas of your life, the opposite areas of your life. One of the things that I have noticed in most of my readings over the last 3 weeks of lockdown is that those of you who are able to work from home, you're working harder, longer than you've ever done before. So it's a good thing. It's fantastic that you're able to work, but putting in so much hours, putting in so much effort, working harder than you've ever worked in your life is having a negative impact on the rest of your life, because when you do knock off, you're too exhausted to actually spend any time with children, with husbands, with wives, with whoever else is on the property with you. So Temperance is telling you to be mindful that we always have to have balance in the opposite areas of our life. Balance is critical and important. We have to trust and thrive. Okay, and to the next card, Two of Swords. If you look at this card, she's blindfolded. She's got her swords in a cross in front of her body. It almost looks like her knees are together. It almost looks like she's, not standing straight, like her knees are bent in. She's a little bit nervous. She's a little bit apprehensive. She is defensive. The crossing hands is a sign of defensiveness. The blindfold across your eyes says that she can't see everything. She can't see everything that's in front of her. She can't see everything that's there, or she's not seeing everything that's there. The Two of Swords is often a card that talks about deception, but I'm going to interpret this today as you are deceiving yourself with regards to your reality. Remember, your theme is to trust and thrive. That is what is so important. You are not allowed to give up. You are not allowed to just put the blindfold on and think, well, the world is terrible. There are no options. There are no solutions. It's just doom and gloom. It's bad. It's puffy. It's yucky. All of those kind of things. You are not allowed to just give up. You are not allowed to just perceive things incorrectly and accept it as the reality. You have to stand and fight. So let's put all three of these together. Card number 1 was the Ace of Swords, which is telling you that you have to be creative. You have to dig deep. You have to listen and pay attention to the ideas that you have. You have to be open to receiving new ideas, new suggestions on how to do things. Those of you who are not able to work right now, you are being forced to stay at home. You're being forced to homeschool your children that we've never had to do before. So many new things that we have to do. We don't have a choice, but we have to make sure that we keep balance in everything that we do. Don't ever give up the balance. Keep temperance going. Keep balance going. Understand that we don't have to become the school teacher that rules with, torture. We have to make sure that we are the school teacher. We are the parent. We are the employee, the worker, the boss, whoever it is you are. There are so many different aspects to who you are, and every single one of them need attention. We have to get creative. We have to learn how to do things differently. We have to learn how to take these ideas from our heads and create them into reality. But what we're not allowed to do is to just put the mask on our eyes and pretend that we can't see. Pretend that no, I can't see it. I don't know about it. I'm not going to do it. We're not allowed to do that. We have to be honest. We have to be open. We have to be willing, and we have to Trust. Trust is the most important thing. We have to trust. We have to trust in our circumstances. We have to trust in our universe. We have to trust in the situation that we have. We're not allowed to give up. You're not allowed to give up. Thrive, you will. It's going to be different. Nothing is going to be the same. Everything changes. But it doesn't have to change for the worse. It doesn't have to change for the bad. Trust, thrive, be creative. That's your message. Trust, thrive, and be creative. Friends, I hope that was a good message for you. I hope that there was something in there that just sparked a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of hope, a little bit of guidance for you today. Take what works for you and leave the rest. With love and blessings from me to you. Until we do this again next week, you take care.